And I'll be like, just fucking calm down. Grace's not trying to piss you off. Like, she just fucked up. Like, you fucked up too. Like, calm down.
So,
And that's just her, man.
so our Grace is similar. It just that's the way it is. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough spot to be in, man. It's like being a quarterback.
Well, one thing about quarterbacks and centers is you literally got a whole group of people that's trying to get you the ball on every play.
Yeah.
So you gotta be good.
Yeah.
The team is gonna be tough for the team to be good.
Yeah.
You know, that person gotta make some decisions. That person gotta be mentally tough. And
Yeah. You're dealing with all the personalities.
you gotta be able to do that.
Very much so.
But man, I mean, I'm happy for you guys. I don't need y'all to be like the number 2 or number 1 team in the section. That ain't good. That ain't good.
What level are y'all for playoffs? 3. You think it'd be pretty good?
Going in the section, we have to be.
I don't know the landscape of it all.
The section is based on.
You win last year?
No, not the section.
Really? Who'd you lose to?
No, we won the section last year.
Oh, okay.
But the section is just based on school size.
Yeah.
And
Playoffs.
you may have to move up if you have history of sometimes like private schools, like St. Mary's, play D1 and everything.
Yeah.
Or Modesto Christian now play D1 and everything.
Yeah.
But that's not because of anything other than the history of playing. But in the state playoffs, they do whatever they want. For the sake of
the committees just be, yeah.
well, they do whatever they want.
In their mind, they're putting the most competitive teams on the court, right? And then
Well,
it's
they
just
call it competitive equity. They're trying to do that, but really, what they're doing is they're saving really bad teams from losing really badly.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah.
So in their eyes, it's okay for, let's say, Woodland Christian to play a competitive playoff game. But it's also okay for us to win the section and have to travel 3 hours on a Tuesday and get blown out.
Yeah.
That's, that to them is competitive.
Yeah. Wait, is Woodland Christian good?
I don't know, they're D7 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all blew them out.
I don't know what they are. I'm just saying.
Driving 2 hours.
They take a little school like that and they put them against another little school. But they got no problem taking our little school and send us to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We got Marin Catholic somehow in the playoffs last year.
And had to go there, right?
And they were the number 1 seed. We had to go all the way out there, and we actually won the fucking game in 5 sets. But it was like, why are we going with the fuck out there? Like, we thought we were going to get smoked. I mean, we just assumed, right? And then we played out of our minds and won the game, but shit.
But last year you guys were good too.
Yeah, we were good.
I had that one girl, she got sound.
Addie, Irvine.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah, she's really good. Her and her setter were the 2 that we lost. And her setter was like a real, just all she was a setter. She was good. And she was lefty, so she had that dump with her left that was different. You know, when you're left-handed, it was unguardable. And she could disguise things better. She was more consistent, like kind of from start to finish during the season. But Grace is way more talented of a player than her. But Grace is being asked to really just be the setter. And that's tough, man. Like, I just feel like we're underutilizing her a little bit that way, but she's definitely our best setter. There's no question about it.
Now, Grace and the girl that are probably the best setters in the city.
Oh, is that Belle? Is that her name? Yeah, we just played them. They took us to 5, mostly because of her. It was almost all her. She was all over the place.
It was good.
Yeah, I didn't realize how good she was. They're like scrappy or whatever. They're not super talented or impressive or anything. But
Same problem for us. We keep them straight set. We need y'all to lose. We need them to lose. There's no split us in D1.
I imagine Christian Brothers had some squads back in the day where they had to do that, though, right? Like, no?
We only won a section to the school. So it's called, I don't know nothing about it.
Cheyenne was playing basketball today, it sounded like?
Football.
Oh, football. Okay. What's his position in football?
Receiver.
Ah, nice. Why are y'all playing them?
I don't know how this worked out, but it's getting us into the second round. I mean, this works.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to win. They were scrappy too, though. I mean, they're not huge, but they're scrappy.
West Park? Barry, you guys leave?
No, but we played them in the pool play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they played us tough and St. Mary's tough. We both beat them in 2, but they were both tough games. Like, they're not bad.
They just struggle to score. They ain't got to hit it.
Yeah, they're tiny, but they're, they actually block a little bit. Number 10, and they got is this the one with the lefty? No, it's a different team that had the lefty. One of them had a middle that's a lefty that was good. I don't remember which team it was. Libero plays on Omni with Avery Sante or something like that. Good player.
Does she miss any basketball because of volleyball?
She misses fall ball entirely. She didn't play any of the fall ball stuff. And then most of the exposure stuff for the girls is in the fall too. So we let her go down to Phoenix a couple weekends ago. Just played in a one-day thing. It's pretty much a waste of time. She's out of shape and kind of just didn't look like herself, And then spring and summer, we're kind of selectively choosing tournaments around whatever's the highest level of competition. She's going to go do that. Prior to this year, it was always, but if basketball is higher and we think it's a tie between the two, you're going to basketball, right? Now it's like, okay, we're going to be a little bit different this year where we let her play volleyball as a priority through April 30th because that's how their live period is, or ends April 30th. But then after April 30th, it'll be just whatever's most competitive.
She really loves playing both, so whenever happens.
Yeah, we've had a couple of schools that we talked to about with basketball, and we just asked the basketball coaches, would you be okay with playing volleyball? She might be able to be a good sport. And they're like, really? We're like, yeah, I know it sounds crazy. Right now, we're just trying to see if you're open to it. If you're open to it, we'll try to figure it out later, but is that a thing or not? And there's been some that have said yes, some that have said no. She's trying to lay the groundwork for that, and Vanessa and I are both telling her that's not super realistic based on the time commitments of both, So if this is going to happen, first of all, you definitely got to get coaching support, and then when we narrow it down, if that's what you still want to do, then we got to sit and put pen to paper, what would our schedule look like throughout the year? How is this going to happen? If it's going to happen, we need to talk it out. Because if we can come up with something that everybody agrees upon, then maybe. Otherwise, you're probably going to need to choose, So that's kind of the approach we're taking with her because it's still so early. I personally think her basketball offers will end up being at a higher level, and the highest level ones aren't going to let her. The Arizona coach told her no already. The deal was no way. If you're coming here to play basketball, you're here to play basketball. She's like, maybe after our season's over, if you want to try to go play, but you're not missing any of our season if you want to play. Which we're like, okay, we appreciate the honesty. It is what it is.
But the volleyball is first, right?
The season is, so she would basically have to quit early. Yeah. So that's the hard part, right? It's but that's their position on it, and maybe that makes up her mind for her. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not a horrible problem to have. It's a good problem.
Yeah. The one that she wants right now, it changes all the time, but right now, it's been for a few months at least, is Oregon. She would want to do both at Oregon. They haven't offered her in basketball, but she's talked to them a lot, and they've already told her that they've talked to the volleyball coaching staff, and they're definitely thinking about that as a real option for her. And I'm like, all right, well, that's different because that's Nike money, unlimited NIL. That could be something cool if you really end up getting an offer. You haven't got an offer yet, but if you do, that would be really cool. So for her right now, that's kind of the reach dream one, But I don't know what's realistic dual sport. I don't know what's realistic as just basketball, just volleyball. I don't know. We're still figuring it out.
A lot of kids, like after the sophomore year, if that's the certain scenario, that's when they kind of like put one of them to rest and just focus on the other.
Yeah. And that's what we've been trying to get her to fucking do. Well, I have, but Vanessa has been like big on this volleyball thing because she's kind of just getting better fast, you know. And I'm like, I get it, but we're not. You're just not seeing the same. Like, you know, we see Faith. There ain't no other athletic, big middle hitters around. You know what I mean? Like, there's that Riley girl at Rockland that's, you know, she's good too. She'll probably be, I imagine, a D1 at some level, but
What's her name?
she's okay. I don't know her name. She's okay. I haven't seen her do a lot of impressive stuff to me. Like, I think she was the second setter, or second middle on James's roster.
Yeah, then they
Behind Riley, probably. Yeah. Is she young? She seems like she's got that ability, but she doesn't have that whatever mental thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it is. Like, some kids are just talented. They have athleticism and ability. They just don't have that killer instinct.
I see what you're saying. You're saying, from a volleyball perspective, she ain't playing against the best players.
Yeah, not at all. I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying not at all. Like, we see 2 a year, like, that are D1 middles. And to me, I love Faith, good kid, but, you know, she's going to Davis. She's not going to Texas. And I'm not saying Avery's going to Texas. What I'm saying is, I don't know how she compares to Texas. You know what I mean? I know how she compares to Davis. Well, she does just fine. But
you have a good perspective on that because I mean, high school shows like that. Probably you want 6, 7 wings a lot.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and that's why I ended up at fucking Pacific. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I played against Corey McGinty with a sprained ankle, bro. That was the most embarrassing game of my life. Like, he had 30-something, and I was terrible. What the fuck was I going to do? I had a sprained ankle. So for me, I remember looking at that going, okay, yeah, I have a sprained ankle, but I couldn't guard this dude by himself. He's fucking different. You know what I mean? Amy has no idea in volleyball, but in basketball, she has played those girls. Like, a lot. Since 7th grade, over and over again. We know exactly who everybody is. Nobody's sneaking up on her, and she ain't sneaking up on nobody. But in volleyball, you know, she would sneak it up on everybody. She ain't doing that. So now it's like, okay, now people are preparing, they're game planning. It's a little harder. Like, we'll see how you do this year. You know, we're never really worried about her statistics in volleyball. I don't even know how most of the statistics are even kept. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, okay, this year you need to statistically stand out. I don't know what that means, but you need to start asking people what that means. Like, for a middle hitter, how many blocks a game? How many kills a game? I don't know what's realistic. I have no idea.
So the reality is there's some opportunity, at least in your head, that even if the school is interested, she might not need to be a focal point of their volleyball team anyway, or not right away.
Which maybe she will, maybe she won't. I have no idea. But that's what I'm saying. Like, until next June, I have no idea what's going on with volleyball. I just let her play and have fun. But in basketball, you know, I'm not going to say she's going to play in the top 25 or top 10 team or any of that shit, but I think she can play Power 5. You know what I mean? It could be a bad team, Power 5. I have no fucking idea, but I think she's a Power 5 basketball. Volleyball, I think athletically she could probably play Power 5 volleyball, but skill-wise, I don't see it, bro. Because, I see even your daughter, like, girls that play with a lot of experience, that your daughter's not fucking 6'3" and doing crazy shit, but she can fucking play. Like, you can watch the game and you're like, no, she's one of the ones. Like, Avery, to me, like, sometimes looks like that because she's doing what she does, but sometimes she just disappears because she can't do anything but hit and block, literally. Like, you know, so that's where I struggle. Is like, I try to be realistic and I try to be honest with her because I try to get her to realize, like, you're in a very rare place where you don't have friends around you that are going to be able to explain to you what's really going on. So you got to listen to people who care about you, and you got to find people who you trust, who you want to hear their feedback, and you got to listen to those people only. Like, don't listen to these other people. They don't know what they're talking about. there ain't nobody else that's played Power 5 2 sports from Sacramento probably in a very long time, right? Like, I don't know anybody who's done that. I didn't do that. Your mom didn't do that, so we don't know. But I'm telling you right now, playing D1 basketball is fucking hard. And I cannot imagine. Yeah, I cannot imagine trying to play another sport. Like, I literally cannot. And I'm telling you, you're struggling with your grades already. Like, she's like a BC student right now. And I'm like, you have to be B's at a minimum, period.
I think the bigger issue is, I shouldn't say issue, but the bigger challenge I remember from playing at school was I don't see how I would have been as good technically if I was playing something else for 4 months.
Yeah.
I can see how my conditioning might be as good and my athleticism might be as good.
So
but
she works out with basketball. I mean, we go before school at least 2 days a week. We're trying to get a third day in, which probably will end up being a weekday or weekend day at this point. And my hope is as we get closer to basketball, we'll add maybe a morning workout or two just to do some running and stuff. But I'm not trying to overload her right now because...
No, but I'm not talking about high school. I'm talking about once I got to college.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, for example, so I get specific as a freshman, and it's like, when Nate can't shoot or whatever, but it fucking felt like he could shoot to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't leave him open, so I can't imagine being able to eventually take a spot if I'm not taking more shots a day than him.
Yeah.
So if I'm spending 4 months playing something else,
right.
I might be in good shape. I might be strong.
Yeah.
But I can't do that.
Yeah.
And take all those shots.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Like the technical part.
And that's a
the
really
muscle
good.
memory.
Yeah. The shooting especially is where right now I would say the biggest thing separating her from being, call it a top 25 in her class, from being where she's at now, which I don't know. The guy at the top 100 thing we just did said he's going to put her on the ESPN 60 is what he's telling us. We'll see if that happens at some point spring. But he said they were supposed to go to TOC in Arizona in December with Folsom, but now they're going to some tournament in Florida that's supposed to be something. So he said he's going to watch her again there, and depending on how she does well again, then she's pretty much a lock. But if she doesn't do well, then he said she may not get in for that round, and then it goes to, I think, 75 in October again. So ESPN is between now and not spring of 25, but spring of 26. It will go 60, 75, and 100.
But either way, she's right in that area.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, that's a great thing. Like, you're only a sophomore and you're already at that point. But the difference between being a top 100 and a top 25 is a huge difference. Like, the girls that are in that top 25 all train 7 days a week, 6 days a week at a minimum. They're all fucking gym rats. Like, she knows most of them. Like, one of her friends is a girl from Maryland who works out with one of the, I think it's one of the Collison brothers that trains her. And they go 4 or 5 days a week, and she lifts weights. She's a athlete. She's like barely 6'1", and she was dunking in 8th grade. Just super freakishly athletic kid. And Avery and her started playing together in 8th grade, and that girl made the USA team this year for the 16 and under. So Avery's like pissed because she didn't get invited to tryouts, and she's like, she knew every girl in tryouts. She's like, why am I not getting invited, I know, well, they don't see you because you play volleyball. Like, you're not going to this and this and this and this throughout the year. They're doing all this exposure shit that you don't do. This is what it is. Like, there's a lot of people that haven't seen you yet. So, the girls on the West Coast are usually the scouts and all that shit.
So that's what I would say is, to be in the extreme elite, which
it's hard.
Her size and her frame and her tenacity suggests that she can be. You got to be technically great at something, which means you got to do it so much that you can't get it wrong.
So the crazy part is, on the circuit this year, she shot over 40% from three, right? So she's a great three-point shooter from a statistical standpoint, right? But she's making 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3. She's not shooting 10 of them, you know what I mean? She's not running her off double screen. She's shooting trailer threes, or you're not guarding me, I'm just going to pull up. But if you leave her open, she can fucking knock it down, you know what I mean? But that's exactly how I shot. I was a 40% three-point shooter in high school for the same reason. Then we go to fucking UOP,
can't make
nothing.
nothing.
And I'm like, I can't hit that shit. I ain't never done that in my life. So I'm like trying to help her work on that kind of stuff early. But like you're saying, if you don't work out 5-6 days a week doing that shit, you're never gonna build that muscle memory. So right now, she can hit a pull-up, she can hit a wide open jumper, especially when she's in rhythm, she can get hot and hit a few. But you know, she's not consistently shooting at that high clip yet. And that ain't gonna happen until you give up volleyball.
So, you know, or volleyball if she gave her basketball, but either way,
Exactly, 100%.
What I would say is if the school is hyper competitive like Oregon,
Yep.
you find yourself not being good enough in either one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's kind of what I'm trying to tell her too, is that in my mind, from the very beginning of her starting to float the idea of being a dual sport athlete, I still tell her, I don't tell her Oregon is realistic. I just say, hey man, they haven't offered you. So that's a concept that they're talking about because they don't want to stop talking to you. They don't want to cut it off, so they're not going to say no to you, but they might change their mind too, you know what I mean? So I try to be honest with her, and I just say, hey, at the end of the day, your decision is your decision. You want to play volleyball, you can do that. You want to play basketball, you can do that. If you want to play dual sport, you can do that. But there's compromises no matter what, and you just got to realize right now, if you're asking me what my thought is, and I don't know that much, but let's just be being truthful. If you're trying to be a dual sport athlete, you will be dated. Yeah, like
No, I'm not trying to be funny, but like,
100%
go someplace where they're not getting people like you, and then you're gonna always be.
and they'll bend over backwards to let you do it.
Yeah, you're always gonna be a focus on what they're doing.
Right.
When, like
Otherwise,
Oregon, like
you're
you said,
a toy.
the
You know what I
unlimited
mean?
NIL, all that also means that we got another girl.
Yeah, 100%.
You got somebody else.
And if you go play a year, maybe they give you a little money, but they may not give you that in a year or two because you didn't do as much as they thought, you know? Or they figured out, we can really only use you in like third down situations or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Or they just got someone else. Now.
yeah,
I mean, like,
or somebody's better than you. Yeah, 100%.
yeah.
So that 100%, that's right where we're at with her right now, is just trying to help her understand that there's still a long time of evaluating to go on before you actually know what it is. Don't get cocky. Don't think any of this shit is settled. All this shit is subject to change. Super fluid.
Well, she's a hell of a player, bro. So it's been fun to watch her play.
Still same airheaded kid tripping, walking up the stairs every day.
Dude, I remember when she was 12, and we were in Reno, seeing her and Vanessa. They were like, we were out of the gym, running in the gym. And then Vanessa was like, he used to live with Daddy when in college. And he's like, hey, how you doing? And she shook my hand, and I was like, I'm handsome.
She has some
She was like 12, I was like, God damn.
It's so funny too, because like back then, she was always a little taller than everybody, but she hadn't really hit that spurt until like probably around 13.
How tall is she?
I don't know exactly, because I haven't measured her since like March or April. I keep forgetting to do it. The last time I measured her, she was 6'2" and like an 8 with no shoes on.
All right, so I'm telling you, the day I remember, I was looking at her eye to eye.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
she wasn't good. Maybe she was 13.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
She's tall, bro.
Yeah, that's probably right before she hit that big one. Yeah. Because she started like really blowing out at 13. Like she was tall, you know, but she wasn't like she looks now most of the time. You know, like, where now she's like a head above everybody. Where before she was like, you know, they were to her ears and
And she's got long arms and stuff.
6'6" wingspan. But she had scoliosis. She still has it. So she still wears a brace at night to sleep. And so she's not gonna be proportional no matter what. But that probably cheated her out of maybe a little bit, I don't know, maybe a quarter or a half inch, maybe at most. I don't know. But it's definitely cheated out of something.
Understood.
So how's she doing now? You were telling me last time that I forget what school it was.
Thank you.
San Marcos.
San Marcos, right? But you were saying you took some else. So
Yeah, so San Marcos is a basketball team. And they didn't have his graduated. He's at a grad prep. So they stashed him at a grad prep in Atlanta. That's the basketball team. His little sister played in Senegal where I was. So San Marcos, the education is like 8,000 people. Housing is like 15 So they signed his little sister.
Because it was an advantage they could take away. I guess. Yeah. That's tough. And they don't got any other spots? Or is it the financial aid that
I actually don't think that was a good place for her to go.
what else is she thinking about or looking at? Or what's looking at her?
I mean, there's some stuff, but I mean, it's nothing serious.
Well, a lot of this, because of the transfer portal, it seems like they're getting picked up during that 18s little period, right? Where they play. Because that's what I'm hearing a lot. Like Addie, the girl that went to Irvine, the deal they ended up doing was like, I don't know if it's called a gray shirt still, but I think that's what it is. They had her go, she didn't enroll. They had her go take an official, meet with the team. They said, we're offering you, but what's going to happen is we're not going to have you start school until the spring semester following, what would have been your freshman year.
So right now she's not in school.
Correct. So she enrolls in January, goes on scholarship in January, and gets 4.5 years or whatever out of it. So she still gets to play on that, but she didn't actually get to be on the team or practice or anything.
Because they lose kids in the middle of the year.
They had already taken a transfer portal kid that they really wanted to play this year, and they said, we still want you, but the only way we can do it is if you agree to this. Somehow that affects next year's scholarship instead of this year's, I guess. So that was the way their parents explained it to me, and it worked out good for her because she actually needed to have shoulder surgery. So she just had that done. Oh,
So
that makes sense. But yeah, so maybe you find a deal like that, or or somebody's looking for exactly what she is right at the end or whatever. Like,
So I think the issue is with my end is I just don't think she has a purpose. She has purpose. She has this team. The social things like that.
what did they just move her around a lot?
Yeah. And she
Doesn't demonstrate the role she is.
yeah, so let's play.
They're really good, right?
Yeah, well no look.
That's what Calvin's daughter is at.
No.
They're not?
No.
I thought they were really good.
At least not last year.
They have that other middle, but I guess she's a freshman from Pleasant Grove. I don't know, the light skin girl. She's good.
So they had so they kind of watched Rice.
Okay.
And then they're like, well, if you come to our prospect camp, we really want to see you hit, and like, you're not hitting your percentage. So then he goes to prospect camp, and they're like, hey, you need this, like, we don't have any scholarships for some like league teams. So we're looking at somebody similar. It's like, that's cool. It's always like that. Like, she doesn't know anything to game. We're playing, she's what we're doing. And so I think the biggest issue is that. So Sydney, 16, also was on the team. Synergy, she left, she's going to play in Army. So we pick up, so she plays outside. So we pick up another outside. Then we pick up Kaya, who's Rena, or whatever her name is, Oak Ridge.
Oh, got the world, yeah.
And then another outside. So now we got 3 middles, Olivero, 3 centers, yes. So that means that Kamaya will end up playing DS again, which is again an unrecruitable position to play.
That to me seems like the hardest one to get recruited, but because I feel like it's probably a lot of statistics I imagine that they're probably looking at for that.
They're
But
looking for that little kid, so they want to see kids
it seems like she's way more athletic than most of the GSs I've ever seen.
and then what they do is they'll say, like they'll take a young, smaller hitter like Brian or something like that. And so in her freshman year, they're working on you're just a freshman, right? Yeah. You get some minutes.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, I see.
Most schools think they can teach you that.
Yeah, and it's hard when you're undersized, right? And she's, I don't know, tiny, but she's 5'8" probably. 5'5".
Yeah, a little over 5.
Yeah. So it's probably tough, right? Outside hitter is probably the most competitive, it seems like, as far as hitters go. So all the volleyball stuff to me is so hard to read because I know we haven't seen that elite class. You know what I mean? So I just don't know where.
So we played last year at Reno. We played Valor Christian when they were #1 in the country.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
Their best player, their best player, she's actually at. Oh no shit. Yeah.
Okay.
She's 5'9.5". No, you know, dude, I mean, it's just like I said, the repetition. Like, so they're setting her on the outside the same way as in the front row. She's still like getting the same contact with the ball. It don't matter when she plays. So it's just the way she plays. Like she just, that's the way they play, and that's the way she. So it ain't all about height. It's to me. The reason I'm saying I feel like sometimes seeing it is because they're not consistently using that in a way that they're trying to talk about. So you know, they're saying, it's the same, yeah, she's great, but then the coach knows the game and see that she's getting it.
Good luck.
Hey, good luck to y'all, bro. Nah, yeah, y'all need to beat us today. first set. Did she know she's taking it?
Yeah, she wasn't really happy about it. She just supposed to pick surround us. But whatever. I'm going to get my chance
Breaks my heart.
It's horrible, Michael. I'm saving.
yeah.
go, brother.